Hi there Taurus, welcome back to Wild Lotus Tarot. Taurus, this is going to be your monthly intuitive reading for November. Let's see what's on the cards for you this month. What we'll be doing here today, Taurus, is getting started with the Sacred Power reading cards to get some high level messages or themes. We'll be then going to the Work Your Light Oracle, drawing you an overarching tarot card from the Moonchild Tarot before getting out the tarot aspects with the Rider-Waite clarified with the Star Child Tarot. So let's see what is on the cards, what you may be journeying for the month of November. Can you believe it, Taurus? Closing in on the end of the year. Boundaries. I don't think I've ever pulled this card from this deck, which is interesting. I guess I haven't had it that long, but still, boundaries. You know, Taurus, can you honor your boundaries more this month? You know, sometimes we need to respect our yes and no. Are you saying yes to things that you really want to say no to, but you just feel bad, you feel like you have to? Sometimes we need to honor ourselves first, and then, you know, we can be a better person and more helpful for others. You know, you might need to hold firmer boundaries from energies that are trying to move in, over ask, over demand from you. So just something to be really mindful there is, how are you asserting your boundaries? How are you using your word? Are you allowing energies and people into your life when you really don't want to, or that's not right for you? Okay, what else do we have here, Taurus? Okay, we'll take that one. Yeah. And personal power is going to be the key for that. I love this card. You know, a person with boundaries has personal power. They know how to respect themselves, and through that, they demand this respect from others as well. So you could be stepping up into your personal power a lot more this month, Taurus, in the month of November. Let's go to the Work Your Light. Can you see that, Taurus? Oh, the lighting is a bit shocking. Boundaries. I know the stack fell out, but this is the one that flipped over just before that. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Well, we've got a repeated theme here, but let's get another one since we've got two of the same. It's a big theme for you, Taurus. You can see in that card all the hands kind of grabbing at the person. Is that how you're feeling? Torn in many different directions. Do you have too much on your plate? You have the power to say no. The ever unfolding rose cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you, because you just might need time to come back to yourself. You might be feeling vulnerable, you might be journeying other things, and sometimes we need to turn our energy to ourselves before we can kind of be there for other people. I was feeling that when those other cards were coming out as well. So you might be feeling a little bit more like, you know, just retreating, taking some time out for yourself. Taurus, let's go to, yeah. Yes, Taurus, because we have the Ten of Swords as your overarching tarot card here, and it's a 10. It's generally a completion, and it can be one that comes with sometimes a bit of burnout or fatigue. It can be through a deception or betrayal. It can be something that's just long past its use by date and needs to come to a completion so that we can allow the new into our lives. So Ten of Swords can be a heavy ending, and that's why you might feel cracked open. You might have to really assert your boundaries because there might be somebody who's not wanting to release you from the situation. It could be in love, it could be in work, and you're just going to have to really be clear and say no. Sometimes you have to say no to somebody multiple times. Taurus, let's get out the tarot aspects, starting with recent past leading up to the current situation. If this is your reading, Nine of Cups, look, it's in reverse. I'll leave it in reverse. We'll see what the clarifiers is for that. Blocks, obstacles, or challenges. I have the Knight of Swords. Advice from Tarot. I have the Nine of Swords, yes, and the outcome, I have got the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, okay. Let's get the clarifiers. Clarifying the Nine of Cups. Seven of Swords, making sense. Clarifying the Knight of Swords. Four of Swords, lots of swords energy here. Clarifying the Nine of Swords. Knight of Pentacles. No major arcana so far. Clarifying the Six of Pentacles. Four of Wands. Oh, interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen a reading like this without any major arcana. It doesn't really matter though. It just means that, you know, we are going through an ending here. It might not be like a life-shattering cyclic completion, but we do have something really changing here. I've got the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck here. I'm going to include that over to the side. You can see the energy really starting to shift, Taurus, towards the end of the reading here. So in terms of numerology here, we have got 2 number 4s and 2 number 9s. So you may want to look up those angel numbers there. Okay, let's jump in. In the leading up till now, recent past, I've got the 7 of Swords and I've got the 9 of Cups in reverse. So 7 of Swords is often associated with limitation. You know, Swords is the suit of the intellect, and we have a lot of swords in this reading. Really, it's the dominant suit here. 7 of Swords can be your own self-limiting beliefs, your own limitations, or it can be somebody else who is limiting us. And it speaks of deception and betrayal, as well as is the 10 of Swords. And I'm not saying that that's going to be the case for all of you, but what the 7 of Swords is doing is it's holding you back from achieving your wishes, basically your successes, your wish fulfillment, your contentment. So is there an area of life that you just haven't kind of been able to achieve what you really wanted to set out? And it could be because you've been lacking the personal power, and that can happen when we're over-identified with the mind, the scripts, the stories that we may have even been, you know, carrying from childhood that tells us we're not good enough, we're not worthy, we're not deserving. That's the kind of energy of the 7 of Swords here. What we really want to do is unblock this, remove this limitation, so that we can really start to get into this kind of success mindset that I'm seeing here. And the 10 of Swords is saying, okay, there's something to be looked at here, there's something to be released, that is a block in our lives. And I think it's got something to do with coming back into your personal power, Taurus, and holding your boundaries, and yeah, not allowing other energies to overstep that mark with you. Now, in the blocks, obstacles, or challenges, I've got the 4 of Swords and the Knight of Swords. Absolutely, you need to take a pause here, Taurus. A break, a pause, a rest. It's not a really, really long rest when the 4 of Swords comes in. It's more of a, hey, you know what, today I'm going to actually take a mental health day, or this weekend I'm going to cancel all my plans, because there is some healing to be done here. We see the 3 swords over to the side here. It says there's some recalibration that needs to take place. There might be something that needs to be healed or looked at. You might just need to create some space between yourself and the situation so you can get clarity. Ace of Swords, you know, the insight that you're needing to move forward, the new strategy, new battle plan, all that inspiration and breakthrough will come to you in the moment of silence, in the pause, and then it will be full steam ahead, fast progress, right? So take the pause first before moving ahead. The Knight of Swords is progress. It can be a communication, a key communication or message that comes through as that missing piece. We need to ensure when the Knight of Swords is coming in and coming at us that that we do have our boundaries and we are in our personal power, because if this is somebody else, potentially an air sign, it can be a cutting energy. It can be somebody who's really, really pushing us, and we need to make sure that we're holding our own against that person. So that's what I'm seeing here. If somebody does come at you, you need to really, you know, be in your personal power. Now, in the advice from Spirit or Tarot, I'll tell you what I was seeing when I put the cards down, and that was that this 9 of Swords plus the 1 sword that the Knight of Swords carries brings you to the completion of the 10 of Swords. So yeah, I mean, you could have been feeling quite stressed out. It's the energy of over-analysing, overthinking, and being kind of the prisoner of the mind, this 9 of Swords. The Knight of Swords is that one last sword, which could be a communication, it could be a breakthrough or insight that is needed in order to drop the situation and move forward. So that's what I'm seeing here, is like We really need that to happen first before we can start planting new seeds and going to the new beginning. The Knight of Pentacles is really about laying a strong new foundation, and we have two number 4s in this reading, and in the tarot, number 4 is the number of foundations, you know, building a new foundation, and that's what the Knight of Pentacles does. In the Rider version of this card, we see a knight on a horse who has been out working the land, ploughing it, getting the soil ready, you know, planting the seeds, and then, you know, he or she is waiting patiently for the harvest to come. It doesn't happen all in November. It's a process of, you know, preparing your life for the good stuff, getting ready to receive, but it's a process of letting go of what doesn't serve, you know, allowing the completions to happen, and then we can go about working on our success and making better decisions in the present. It asks you to have patience as well. Like, it's not going to happen all at once, but from here on in the reading, after that we've hit that 10 of Swords, the energy significantly shifts for you. So we have the 4 of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the 6 of Pentacles. So I'm kind of feeling that you might have felt quite hard done by with the situation that was unfolding here, and maybe even having to go through this 10 of Swords completion, whatever it is for you. I keep these very general, guys. But there's a real sense now of the tables turning, of the scales aligning, of if you were kind of feeling like you're a bit of a beggar of life, getting breadcrumbed by an employer, by a lover, friendship, whatever it was. This is about you getting into the energy of receivership now, Taurus. You know, it is your time to receive, and from there the good stuff comes in. The Ace of Pentacles, I mean, you know, the Knight of Pentacles was preparing the land, growing the new seeds, and this is saying that in the very near future you will start to see the deliverance of that. Ace of Pentacles is, you know, those beautiful new opportunities that are solid. It can be a new commitment in work or love, can be a new home, it can be an increase in your financial resources or a job offer, anything in that physical, tangible, practical realm. That's the Ace of Pentacles. And, you know, it's an energy to be worked with. It still needs nurturing, watering, growing, loving, more energy being fed into it, more inspired action being put towards it, to grow it from the Ace, you know, right through to that 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of Pentacles reality. But what this is saying, this combination with the 4 of Wands, this is a real milestone on that journey, a real, you know, quantum leap in the right direction. And the 4 of Wands is one of the best life cards, and it says that you are heading in that direction. It shows, you know, in the Rider version of this card, a couple getting married. There's like all this beautiful like flowers and garlands and abundance around it. So it says to me that whatever it is that you are desiring is kind of being that best life reality. You're making the decisions that are moving towards it. And yes, sometimes we need to go through a bit of pain and hardship in order to clear the energetic space for those good things to come in. But boy, when we do, we will not be disappointed. This card here is also known as the, you know, the 1111 card. It talks about synchronicity and being open to the synchronistic opportunities that may present themselves to you. And if you're seeing 1111, that can be a moment where we need to pause, stop, you know, take stock of our thoughts, our intentions, our manifestations, and making sure that they are in the right direction, because you are manifesting quickly. But either way, you know, I love the shift in energy for you, Taurus. Yes, we've got some challenging energies at the start, but we have those fantastic energies towards the end, and it all comes through a shift in your personal power, holding your boundaries, respecting your no, you know, not letting people come in, protecting your own energy, you know, taking the pause when you need to allow those insights to come through. And once you've cleared the situation, you can then focus on planting new seeds in your life and getting ready to receive the abundance that they will deliver. Okay, Taurus, I am going to leave it there, and I do hope you enjoyed this monthly reading for November. Keeping in mind, as a general reading for the Taurus collective in its entirety, it may not be, you know, anybody's reading and resonate in full, but I believe there's always pieces for everyone because it's tuning into the collective. Do leave me a comment if you're called to share. I do read each and every one, guys, and I try to respond to as many as I can. I love seeing what you guys are tuning and getting to know you at a deeper level. So until next time, guys, I will see you. I'll be releasing plenty more readings throughout the month of November, so we'll see you back here very soon for another reading.